Easy, and this is my mother.
And we want to welcome you to an Easy Science Saturday with STEAM Urban. I hope you guys like science because I know we do. We're going to share a science chemistry experiment with you. Now before you get started, make sure that you have an adult with you because we're going to be exploring reactions and they can get explosive.
Yes.
So, we want to start with the words of the day. Easy, do you remember the words of the day?
Yes. Acid,
Acid,
base,
base,
reaction.
reaction. And what we want to keep in mind and what you want to remember about acids and bases is that when you combine them, there's going to be a chemical reaction. And that's what we're investigating today. We're going to combine acids and bases in different environments and hypothesize, which means make an educated guess, about what kind of reaction we're going to see.
So we need water.
And we put about 30 milliliters of water in here.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have to pour it.
Okay, and then what else do we have?
Then we also got baking soda to also pour it in.
Mm-hmm. And this is about 25 milliliters of baking soda.
And then you'll also need dish soap.
And
right
we
here.
have about 10 milliliters of dish soap.
Then we also have 30 milliliters of vinegar. The sour taste.
The sour tasting vinegar.
You need two full food colorings. If you have an orange and a yellow and a red, that would be helpful.
Yeah.
You need yellow, red, and an orange, but we don't have that.
Why did we choose yellow, red, and orange, Izu?
Because how will you make lava without like fiery lava-y colors?
So he just gave you a clue about what we're making today. We're making a
Volcano.
right. Now we have a little bottle that's shaped in the shape of a mountain.
It really is a volcano.
It really does look like a volcano, but you can actually use just an old water bottle that you have at home. So what ingredient are we using as our base?
Baking soda.
Right, and what are we using as our acid?
Vinegar.
That's right, because vinegar and has a molecule in it that is acetic acid. It's called acetic acid. So that acid in this vinegar is going to react with the base that is inside of our baking soda. And the base that's inside of our baking soda is called sodium bicarbonate.
Oh, that sounds cool.
It does sound cool. It sounds very sciencey, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The first thing we're going to do is pour the water in the volcano.
Yeah.
We're using a funnel.
If you don't have a funnel, you have to be careful how you pour your water.
Yeah, it's not necessary. It definitely keeps things from getting a little messy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, would you like to do the honors?
Yeah, we're supposed to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Hold on.
And then we're going to do the baking soda.
There's nothing.
Next, we're going to add the dish detergent. Loose liquids.
Why I asked that question.
Then we're going to add some food coloring.
Dibs on red.
Dibs on red, okay.
Take yellow.
I guess I got yellow then. Do about 5 drops.
One.
What do you think is going to happen when we add our acid to our base solution that's
It's
inside
gonna
the
like
volcano?
explode in there and just like lava. You coming? Here goes nothing. I'm scared. Exploding!
There you have it. So easy.
Yes.
What did you observe in your reaction? Let's write down our observations.
Yeah. So I observed that if you put in baking soda and vinegar, if it mixes together, it will make like this kind of explosion right now.
So what did you notice that came out of the volcano when it erupted?
Bubbles, lava, and liquid.
Yeah, bubbles and liquid. Let's do one more experiment with a base and an acid and see what happens. So for this next experiment, we're going to observe vinegar, our acid, and baking soda, our base, in a different environment. This time we're going to use a big jar of water. We used a flour vase, but you can also use a jar. we're gonna use a balloon and this tiny little jar. Oops. So the first thing we're gonna do is pour 5 milliliters of baking soda into our balloon. And this might take some teamwork.
Teamwork.
Alright, let's put this to the side while we fill our little jar with vinegar.
Put it in, baby. So yeah. This is gonna take a while, so 5 years later.
Now we have a little jar full of vinegar.
It's hard to say.
What we're going to do, okay, Izzy, you need to put your thinking cap on to make your hypothesis for this experiment. Alright, we're going to put this balloon, the rim of this balloon, around the rim of the bottle. So right now the baking soda is sitting right here. But we're going to pick this balloon up so all the baking soda gets dumped into the bottle of vinegar and drop it into this jar of water.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask. I was like, what are we gonna do with the water?
So what do you think is gonna happen?
Go explodey.
It's gonna be explodey?
No, yeah, it's gonna be like.
You think the explosion is gonna inflate the balloon? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like make it big.
Okay, so Easy's hypothesis is that when we combine this baking soda, our base, with a little jar of vinegar, our acid, and drop it into this big jar of water, it's going to make the balloon expand.
Yeah.
Let's find out if he's right.
Let's see if I was right, and let's see what happens. You guys gotta move, you just gotta move. There. And I was right. Go, my pretty girl. Duck, 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 duck.
So it looks like your hypothesis was correct, and the balloon is still expanding.
Ooh.
It's pretty firm too.
Let me see. Ooh. At the end of this video, can we pop it?
Sure, if you want to pop your balloon at home, you can too. So let's take a second to really try to understand what just happened. So one of Easy's favorite things to explore is the periodic table. Can you explain what the periodic table is?
Yeah, it's not a legit table. It's like a little chartboard.
It's a chartboard, that's right.
With like little colorful elements that you can make, like for example, this right here. So this is H2O. So we got 2 hydrogens, these white ones, and 1 oxygen, which is this red one. And that's all from the periodic table. There's everything on this table is from the periodic table. Well, not I'll say everything, but yeah, everything's just made out of chemistry.
And everything is made out of chemistry. So the periodic table, just like Easy just said, it's an organized chart of all the elements that scientists have discovered, and it tells us a lot of information about each element. So let's talk about what elements that we've been working with. First of all, let's talk about acid. So when we say something is an acid, it usually has a molecule in there called acetic acid.
Acetic acid.
Right. And acetic acid is found in what ingredient that we use today? Do you remember?
Vinegar.
That's right. Vinegar has acetic acid in it. So acetic acid is made out of 2 carbons. So you write that as C2. 4 hydrogens.
C4. Well, H4.
And 2 oxygens.
0,2.
Right.
O2.
So let's show them the acetic acid that we made. So the black elements are carbon.
It's carbon, yeah.
And how many do we have?
2.
And what are the white elements?
Hydrogen, which is 4. And the red elements are basically oxygen, which is 2.
So this is acetic acid. And the base inside our baking soda is called sodium bicarbonate. That sounds like a big word, but let's show them really how easy it is to understand.
Sodium bicarbonate.
This is sodium bicarbonate.
This is
Yes. And sodium bicarbonate has one sodium element. It has one hydrogen element. Which one's the hydrogen?
the hydrogen is going to be right there.
Yes. How many oxygens does it have, Easy?
That's 3.
And which
three.
color are the oxygens?
1, 2, 3.
Uh-huh. And how many carbons does it have?
We just remembered that one.
Right. So it's written as Na, which is the symbol for sodium.
I think it's that one.
CO3, since there's 3 O's. So let's talk about what happens when these two molecules combine and create a reaction. What's really happening at a molecular level is that all these elements break apart and they reform to make whole new molecules with the same number of elements. So with the reaction that we just did, our base and our acid break apart and create 3 new molecules. And these molecules are called H2O, also known as
Water.
water.
That's the first element I ever knew.
And then this molecule,
Which is carbon dioxide.
yep. And a third molecule called sodium acetate.
Yeah, no, that one's the only one I just heard today.
Right. So, which one of these is a gas, Easy? Do you know?
Let me see. I believe this one.
Yes. So if we observed bubbles in our reaction, we can hypothesize safely that those bubbles were made out of what kind of gas?
Carbon dioxide.
Those bubbles were carbon dioxide. And what's left, once those bubbles are gone, is the sodium acetate and water.
Mixed with the water.
Yeah, and remember, Easy, I wrote down the observations that you said. And you said you noticed that when we did the volcano, you saw bubbles and water come out. So that's right. Those are the byproducts of our reaction. If you don't believe us, stick around to do a little bit of math.
Yeah, to the very end.
Just to check if this is actually what happens. Easy, you're going to be in charge of counting the number of each element that's in our base and our acid. So let's start by counting the number of oxygens that we see in the 3 products that were created after our reaction was complete.
Oh.
Well, there's 2 red oxygens in our carbon dioxide. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Easy. How many oxygens were there in total between our acid and our base?
I see 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many hydrogens do we count in total in the products that were created? Which one was hydrogen? Do you remember, Easy? Which color is hydrogen?
White.
1,
1,
2,
Oh, I see 5.
3, 4,
I see
5. How many how many hydrogens were there in our acid and our base?
I feel like it was 5. That's my answer.
1,
Okay, final guess.
2, 3, 4, 5. Let's count carbons next. I count, carbons are the black ones.
I count 3.
There's 2 carbons in our base. There's 2 carbons in our sodium acetate. 1, 2. And the third one is in our carbon dioxide. Okay.
Okay, back.
How many carbons were in our original acid, vinegar, and base baking soda?
I just see 3. That's all.
1,
I just literally see 3.
2, 3. And finally, how many sodiums were there in our products?
I see
1.
1. I see 1.
And what about in our reactants?
1.
Yeah. So everything adds up. So these 2 molecules combine And our reaction was that they broke apart and created 3 whole new molecules. But if you count the number of elements, they're still using the same number of elements. I hope you enjoyed these experiments as much as we did. Did you have fun, Easy?
Heck yeah, because there's floaties. Like this.
You want to go ahead and pop your balloon?
Yes, hold on. Can I see this? Yeah. I'm so scared. Hold on. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye, buddy. No, don't do it.
Thank you for watching Easy Science Saturdays with STEAM Urban. See you next time.
Bye.